I don't know who needs to hear this, but making sense of it will not make it easier to get over. Making sense of it is not going to make it easier to get over. It's not going to make it come back. It's not going to make you understand it and think that you can get over it, or that you can find your way back to it, or whatever it is that your soul's really calling for. What is the thing that you could do that's not constantly trying to make sense of it? Let's say it's like a romantic situation that's ended, and I don't know who this is for, but there's a lot of us who do this, and I've definitely been one of them, where, you try and go and look at their Instagram, or look at their Facebook, or look at their social media, and you see maybe they're in a picture with a group of people and one of them is like the opposite sex, and then you go to that person's page and you find other pictures that maybe suggest that maybe they might be together or hooking up, and you create this whole narrative in your head, and then it may or may not actually be real, but you stress yourself out and freak yourself out and then push yourself down into a hole instead of just turning it off and walking forward with your own life that you walked into because you were choosing yourself with whatever happened. Or when things go wrong in any area of our life and we try and figure it out, we try and find why it happened or how it happened or what we need to heal or fix or change, while being important, and I absolutely advocate for self-development and healing and all of that, when it gets to a point where you're constantly trying to figure it out and make sense of it and understand the situation on every possible level, all well and good, can create some relaxation and stability in you for a moment, but it doesn't make it easier to get over. It doesn't make it easier to release the pain or the hurt or the betrayal or the heartbreak or the sadness or the fear or whatever it is that it brought to you or brought up in you. And I'm someone who's written books on all the ways I've made sense of things like breakups and hardships in life. Like, I have made sense of these things everywhere from like the spiritual to the metaphysical to the physical health level to the scientific to the quantum, you name it. I could tell you every different reason why things happened the way they had to happen, from all of the research that I've done and all of the time that I've spent trying to understand things and trying to make sense of them, because there's a part of me that feels safe when I can make sense of things, and that's something that all of us do. And at the end of the day, it never made it any easier to get over. It helped me to see other people's perspectives. It helped me to make sense of the madness that my intuition is when I am seeing a state before me, but then I'm knowing what's really going on for everyone internally, but I can't say that I know that because then I'd be crazy. So I just have to be at peace with it while everything plays out, even if it's playing out the way I don't want it to be. It's so wild. Those who have very in tune and active intuition know. But at the end of the day, one of my favorite mentors, Peter Crone, says it best: what happened, happened. And it couldn't have happened any other way because it didn't. And while we have the ability to make sense of it in every possible way, like you can find the data on all of it, some of which is helpful, some of which might actually be causing you more problems and pain. Just putting it out there. It's a big thing right now. But I digest. Digress. Wow, it is early. I am digesting, actually, with my cup of spicy cacao to help me stimulate my digestive system this morning. And what happened, and it couldn't have happened any other way because it didn't. So while you might be in a state where you're needing to make sense of it, needing to understand it, needing to know what you did and what you didn't do that made it happen, or what they did, or what their trauma is, or whatever it is, it's not going to make it any easier to let go of, because it's not going to stop you from having to, at some stage, whether it's now, whether it's a little bit down this particular path, or whether it's when you attract the exact same situation with a different face, the exact same situation in a different person down the track, because until you face off with the lesson and the emotion, that's the key word, until you face off with the emotion that was brought up by it within you, not in them, within you. Until you face off with that, you're going to keep repeating similar situations with different faces until you're willing to face off with you. And while our human brain, when it has a problem, it wants to go outside of itself to go, okay, where is the solution to make me feel better outside of me? And there is now endless data on the internet that's going to feel like a solution, at least in the moment. And maybe some of it is, and maybe it's important. And I'm not saying don't do it. And if you're repeating situations in your life with different people or the same people, and all of the data that you're absorbing and all the groups that you're joining and all the books that you're reading and all the audio and podcasts that you're listening to are still not resolving that pattern, it's because the pattern's in here. And no amount of trying to make sense of the pattern outside of you is going to stop you from having to face off with that part of you inside at some stage. So what has to happen this week, this month, this moment, this year, whatever, for you to go, what is the emotion that I feel when I think of that person? What is the emotion that I feel when I think of that situation? Is it fear? Is it hurt? Is it anger? Is it rage? Is it sadness? Is it guilt? Is it grief? What is the emotion that you feel? And what has to happen for you to meet that part of yourself, to spend time with that part of yourself, to let that emotion be seen and felt so that it can move? Because while it feels like it's working, going outside of you to find all these solutions or find all these healings or find all these modalities that are going to help you resolve the issue by doing stuff, or the worst side of it, by going and stalking their social media or going and being in places they might be, or whatever it is that you might be doing to try and make sense of it, my darlings, none of it's going to ever get to the core until you turn all of that off and let yourself be with the emotion that came up because of the situation. It's gonna keep repeating itself until you're willing to face off with this. And so if you are receiving this and hearing this today, if you're still paying attention, if you're still able to listen and you're not super triggered, maybe this is your sign to just relax on trying to make sense of what happened or make sense of them or understand why this keeps happening to you. And maybe ask, why not you? Who else would you suggest? We don't give in anything that we're not able to move through. We're given, whether it's by God, universe, a random energy, or we don't even know why we're here. Just a reminder. No one actually knows. However it's come to you, this experience or many experiences have come to you specifically because you have the ability to face off with it, because you have the power to lean into it. You have the magic within you to sit with it and learn to love that part of you that feels that emotion without making it bad or wrong, without making it mean that there's something inside of you need to fix, or worse, that there's something that someone else's that is the problem, which is just deflection, and it's never ever going to give you personal peace. What has to happen for you to do that work? What has to happen for you to just be with yourself and actually look at all the parts of yourself and learn to love all of them, even if they don't feel good, even if they on the outside might make you a bad person, that you feel that way or you think that way? What if it's actually all okay? And as soon as you start accepting that and creating space for that and learning to love it and letting that energy and that emotion move through you, that you actually feel those emotions less and it all starts making sense. Because it does, because that's how it works. It's transmutation of energy. That is building emotional intelligence that everyone says that they want to attract. Well, you got to be it first. You got to be it first. So what has to happen for you to stop trying to make sense of it out there so that you can get over it or move on from it or attract it back into your life or whatever it is that you're trying to control? What if you release control and actually just be with yourself? You could you not? Love you guys. You heard this because you can do it. And remember, what happened. Couldn't have happened any other way because it didn't. It was supposed to happen that way. You were designed for this. You were made for this. Now go get some. Cheers.